What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode Let's. Welcome to episode 93 of Let's Talk. And you guys know we're here to discuss everything that has been going on with the internet world, the sports world, the comic world, all the above. You name it. We're here to talk about everything. And let's just say that some of the topic is going to be hard to talk about, but we're talking anyway. So if you're new to this channel, to all of my new subscribers who have just tuned in, make sure you subscribe to my channel right now because we're going to be going over everything that just went down this past weekend. And yeah, let's just get to it. The first thing I want to talk about is the NFL, the controversy. Well, I wouldn't say the controversy, but let's just say that in the Washington, D.C. area, the Washington football team is being called for now until we get an official name for the Washington's team. This has got to be the laziest thing Dan Snyder can ever do. I mean, he could have just came up with Washington Warriors, Washington Braveheart, but Washington's football team is kind of like a lazy way to start because that's just like how the Cleveland Browns. That doesn't make any sense. Like the color brown, how about giving them a different title instead of just calling it the Washington football team? That's one of the reasons why. You know what? Here's the thing. I wanted to make this video the other day. I wanted to make this video so bad, but I decided to just hold on, wait until Sunday to just talk about it, and then here we are. But still, Washington's football team isn't a worse excuse to not come up with something better. You know, I just don't get it. Washington's football team, it's like Cleveland Brown. It's really lazy on Dan Snyder's in the part. And it's one thing of retiring the Redskins name, but you could have come up with something different. Washington's football team, ugh, like you, you could have come up. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna come out and say this. You could have came up with something better besides Washington's football team, something that represents the Washington D.C. area, not football team, because that's just real laziness. So I'm not getting my hopes up for the Washington's football team this year, and with all this pandemic thing going on, everybody's getting coming back positive with the you know what, any it's crazy. Ugh, man, Dan Snyder, y'all could have been better. Everybody on YouTube is talking about it, but like I said, like you could have been, you could have come up with something better besides Washington's football team, because I feel like you took the L on this one. So, Bryson, what's going on, man? So the next topic I want to talk about is the MLB. So since the every time I say something I stutter. Since the MLB baseball season started, the first game I saw was the Nationals versus the Yankees, and which is why I got this hat, even though it's too big. But you guys know what it says. Still clean up regardless. Look, what I'm trying to say is that the Nationals and the Yankees, they should have postponed it before the actual season started because it was raining, it was thunder and lightning. You know, at least they canceled that game. Like I said, You should have just postponed the game before it even started. Just wait until it was not going to rain and thunder, and then you start your regular season. But here's the thing, though: the Nationals, a good baseball team that they are, they won their first game. It was like what 9-2. They were just crushing New York. So many home runs, so many home base. Like they were just crushing it. Like they knew what they were doing. So it was good seeing the Nationals, you know, the the real Washington's team do their stuff, and it was just great. Fresh off their World Series victory, and they won their first game. So I'm happy that they're doing their thing. I'm happy that they're winning games, and if they can keep up with this momentum, they might make history once again by winning their second World Series if they keep up with the momentum. So yeah, shout out to the Washington Nationals. Ugh, I got. Whenever I talk, I stutter. It's because I talk fast. I'm from DC. We're known to be talking fast for years. So this is why I need to like slow down when I talk. So third topic I need to talk about is the Power Rangers panel, San Diego Comic Con, international, not conventions, at home. So I just watched the video of the Mighty Morphin panel, and Eric Kenny Hill, who played Jen Scott on Power Rangers Time Force, and Steve Cardenas, Rocky from Mighty Morphin Season 2 and 3, and Zio. LOL. They were talking about the characters announcement for the Blue Studio Comics, and Steve actually pointing something out, because when he was named the new Red Ranger in back in '94, after replacing Austin St. John, and a lot of people said that he's not the Red Ranger. I was like, yeah, he get it, but at the same time, he did point out something that really makes sense of why they didn't use this in season 2 of the TV show. That Rocky was the oldest sibling of the family, having to, you know, look after his sisters and brothers, being the, well, I guess you could say that being raised in the singles home or whatever, and how his character was, and imagine it could have, went inside of a comic book that could have been used in the TV show 27 years ago. Like, it could have made so much sense now that you think about it. So I was glad that Steve was able to bring that up, how he would have had Rocky be, the oldest siblings in the family, looking after his sisters and stuff. So that would have been made so much sense if they were to do that, a long time ago, but they chose not to do it. They just made him out to be the blandest characters in Power Rangers history, because he was just there. Even worse in season 3. But in Zeo, he actually had development. So, yeah. And then they went on to talk about the new Black Time Force Ranger, and it's a female Black Time Force Ranger. And I'm not really a fan of her weapon, but we're gonna see how it goes when some few issues of the Time Force comic book panels come in. I'm not sure, but I did see some sketches of the new Time Force Black Ranger, and it looks pretty cool though. I like it. So then they went on to talk about the new Green Ranger, and it's not Tommy. It's not, I mean, it may look like from the Superpower Beatdown version, and a lot of people are starting to complain that he should have added more green triangle patterns on the glove and the boot. Like, I sometimes feel like when people complain, they're never satisfied with anything. But when it comes to the Green Ranger, they want it to be perfection. Like that's how hypocritical these Power Ranger fans are sometimes. So they expect things to be perfect a lot, but they can never be grateful for what they got. Yeah, it may suck, but you gotta take it as a grain of salt. Like this new Green Ranger, it may be from Superpower Beatdown, but it may not be Tommy. It could be his son JJ. Like much like how he mentioned his son's name in the Super Ninja Steel Team Up special, and it's right in the comic book too. You know, Sword of the Dragon. His son JJ did become the new Green Ranger, and it makes sense. So it could be JJ, you know, with the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers team. And you know, I like the costume, you know, and it makes sense. It really does make sense. So yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinions on the panel from San Diego Comic Con at home when they were talking about the new Rangers and the new comic, the new characters and stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, since Hasbro has now put out the new Down Charge Black Ranger on the internet, well, as the Target exclusive, unfortunately. Well, I gotta say that he does look pretty good though. The helmet looks great. His face sculpture looks exactly like the actor, and it looks pretty cool. You know, I like the way he looks. The paint job looks fantastic. His poses, his just everything on the scale of one to 10 is an excellent looking figure. You know, and the head sculpture looks exactly like Chase, and they've done such an amazing job with it though, and I was really impressed with it. But everybody is talking about the controversy surrounding the White Dino Thunder Ranger, and his helmet just looks a mess. His head sculpture looks a little bit off. It doesn't really look like Trent, but if they could have studied it a little bit longer, they would have nailed his face sculpture the right way, including his helmet. The rest of his body, his costume looks pretty good. You know, they forgot to paint the morpher, you know, but it is what it is. If you don't like what Hasbro is doing, just paint it yourself. So that way you'll make it look better. You know, they are coming out with some good quality Lightning Collection figures, you know, but I just think that the White Dino Thunder Ranger could have been better. You know, I can't imagine how they're gonna do with the Black Dino Thunder Ranger come out, and I will bet you it's gonna look 10 times worse than Dino Thunder White. It depends. It depends on how they do it. But you know, I could be wrong. I could be right. But hopefully everything would be, you know, sorted out in a way. And speaking of more Lightning Collection stuff, the Dragon Dagger. I've seen a whole bunch of video reviews on YouTube, and a lot of people were, you know, comparing it to the Legacy version. Some prefer that, and some prefer the Lightning Collection version. And I noticed how the plastic looked kind of fake, but it is what it is. I do like the effect how the blade it looks is kind of damaged because of its battles it's been through, and you got some unique sound effects, the glowing effects, the 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 flute tune, and of course the copyrighted Power Rangers theme song. So of course they're gonna put that in there, and I'm looking forward to see the Power Morpher. They're gonna be doing the reviews of it, you know, because I want to see it for myself. And yeah. Oh, and one more thing, the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger helmet, you can tell is meant for display, not for an actual, cosplay. And the visor is really invisible, so you can pretty much see the person's face in it. But as long as it fits in the human's head right, then you're good to go. So yeah, I'm trying to see what else other topics I want. Oh yeah, about the John Saxton's death, from Enter the Dragon. that was yeah. I mentioned this earlier when I brought the news. How he died from pneumonia, and it's not a joke. It's not a joke, y'all. Like y'all gotta take your health seriously and be stay and try to stay healthy because if it ends up happening to you, then I can't fault you, but you gotta take cautious of it. You know. Uh, all right. So trying to see what I was talking. I want to talk about. Oh, this Venom series that I'm doing right now. Well, I'm not really doing anything right now because I'm so lazy in time that man, my and I got like you know fingerprints all over this paper. You see, I don't like using stuff like this because each time when you use a marker, you're gonna end up getting some fingerprints all over it, and that's not cool. And I'm kind of sick of it. So this is the Venom Ranger right here. You know, his symbiote coming out of his hand. So this is a Venom Ranger, and this is the actual Venom on the bottom. I'm not really finished with it yet. I did the top part, which you guys seen the video, but I'm gonna try to do this maybe later on tonight if I get a chance. But I might have to cut this short because the amount of time that I'm gonna be running out on. So it should be better, I hope. So yeah, so I might do this later on tonight when I get a chance. So hopefully I'll be able to get more time to it. But yeah. So yeah, about the Xbox um, panel, they show some games that I really do not like about it because the Xbox Series X looks bad and the graphics looks worse, especially Halo. I mean, Halo looks terrible. I mean, I couldn't believe how much they messed up on the design and the level just looks bad. Like I don't know whose idea. Hold on, y'all. Hey, I don't know why I did. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get something right quick. Yeah, man, that was a little bit awkward. So yeah, man, the getting back to the Xbox. What's up, Sean? So getting back to the Xbox Series X review or whatever, I don't like it. The graphics look terrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being a Sony fanboy, and I'm not being an Xbox fanboy. I just love video games in general. But they could have done better when it comes to the graphics and stuff for the Halo. I mean, it looks bad. Like I'm not feeling that one bit. So, so I'm gonna ask y'all this. Since I'm gonna be done with the Venom series, what other characters do you want me to draw? You know, and Godzilla doesn't count because I really don't want to draw that no more because it didn't come out right when I was drawing it, and it's not gonna come out when I draw it again. So maybe if I could just draw something that interest in my heart, in my opinion, you know, maybe it'll draw some attention, you know, or I could just draw some black characters like myself and Black Panther, Jax, you name it. So I guess whatever you want me to draw, I can do it for you guys. So just let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, that's going to be it for the episode of. I think I need to stop talking for a minute because I talk fast I don't know when to slow down, but yeah. So this is going to be it for this episode of Let's Talk. I believe we went over everything. So hopefully this episode will, the next episode will be better the next time. So hold on. Wait a minute. You know, you know what I'm saying. I've been meaning to draw a picture of the Hulk for a long time because I used to draw him back in the day when I was young, but or Juggernaut. I never drew I never drew Juggernaut before, so I think I'm gonna go with the Hulk this time, and hopefully it'll come out better. Whether it's gonna be in ink, pencil, or even just in realism style, or whichever you want to call it. So I will see you guys later, and make sure to subscribe to my channel as soon as I stop stuttering.